The 2025 college football season opened with a heavyweight showdown. Top-ranked Texas Longhorns at Ohio State's Horseshoe, in front of 107,000 fans. The stakes were sky-high legacy, rankings, and a new era for Texas, led by a quarterback with a legendary name. Both teams faced a brutal test, and the game delivered, a defensive slugfest where every yard mattered. Ohio State edged Texas 14-7. The outcome decided by a handful of critical plays in the trenches. This clash set the tone for the season, offering a first glimpse at two teams with championship ambitions. All eyes were on Arch Manning as he took his first snap as Texas's starting quarterback, carrying immense expectations. The stadium buzzed with anticipation, fans and analysts alike eager to see if the latest Manning could live up to his legendary family name. Every movement, every throw was under the microscope as the crowd watched history in the making. The Texas game plan was conservative, protecting their new leader against a fierce Buckeyes defense. Coaches kept the playbook simple, focusing on short passes and quick reads to help Manning settle in. The offensive line worked overtime, determined to shield their young quarterback from relentless pressure. Manning flashed his talent, completing 17 of 30 passes for 170 yards, but also showed rookie nerves, tossing an interception and missing key throws. There were moments of brilliance, like threading the ball through tight coverage, but also signs of inexperience as he struggled with timing and decision-making under duress. His highlight, a late fourth-quarter drive that put Texas on the board and gave them hope. Manning's composure in the clutch ignited the crowd, and for a brief moment, the energy in the stadium shifted as Texas fans believed a comeback was possible. Despite the loss, Manning's poise and athleticism were evident, especially on a crucial 15-yard run. He showed flashes of the dual threat ability that made him such a coveted recruit, escaping defenders and moving the chains when it mattered most. The experience was a trial by fire, and how he grows from this debut will define his season. The lessons learned on this challenging night will shape his confidence and development as a leader for the Longhorns. For Texas, Manning's first start was a mix of promise and hard lessons. The journey has just begun, and all eyes will remain on Arch as he writes his own chapter in college football history. Texas moved the ball well, showing their offensive prowess throughout the game. They outgained Ohio State 336 to 203 yards, a significant margin that highlighted their ability to advance the ball. Running backs Wisner and Baxter were instrumental, leading the charge with powerful runs and key plays. However, the Longhorns' offense stalled in the red zone, coming up empty on two crucial trips inside the 20-yard line. The defining moment was a failed fourth-and-goal quarterback sneak, which was stuffed by the Buckeyes defense, a play that could have changed the game's outcome. These missed chances swung momentum in favor of Ohio State and ultimately cost Texas the game, leaving fans and players alike in disbelief. The conservative play calling limited big mistakes but also stifled explosive plays, preventing the team from capitalizing on their yardage gains. For a team with title hopes, red zone execution must improve. Leaving points on the field is a recipe for disappointment and missed opportunities. Texas proved they could move the ball effectively, but finishing drives and converting in the red zone is now their biggest challenge. The lesson here is clear: championship teams capitalize when it matters most, turning opportunities into points and securing victories. Defense ruled the day, with both units shining in a low-scoring, hard-fought battle that kept fans on the edge of their seats from start to finish. Every yard was earned, and every play felt like it could tip the balance. Texas's defense was relentless, holding Ohio State to just 203 total yards and completely shutting down the run game. Their front seven swarmed to the ball, making tackles behind the line and forcing the Buckeyes into uncomfortable situations. It was their effort that kept the Longhorns in the game, even as the offense struggled to find rhythm. However, despite their intensity, Texas couldn't generate the big plays they needed. Missed sacks and dropped interceptions meant they let several opportunities for game-changing turnovers slip away, leaving the door open for Ohio State. A costly penalty erased what could have been a momentum-shifting safety, a pivotal moment in such a tightly contested matchup. That single flag changed the complexion of the game and left Texas wondering what might have been. On the other side, Ohio State's defense was a wall in the red zone, making heroic stands time and again. They refused to give up easy points, forcing Texas to settle for field goals or come away empty-handed. Their discipline was remarkable, just 2 penalties all game, showing poise under pressure and helping to seal the win when it mattered most. Texas's secondary fought hard against Ohio State's top receiver, with freshman Grayson Littleton stepping up to make several key stops and break up crucial passes, proving he belonged on the big stage. Ultimately, both defenses played at a championship level, matching each other's intensity and refusing to back down. But it was Ohio State's timely stops and ability to capitalize on Texas's missed chances that made the difference in the end. In a game of inches, the Buckeyes' defense delivered when it mattered most, securing a hard-earned victory and etching their performance into college football history. The 14-7 loss stung, but it revealed Texas's strengths and urgent areas for growth. Offensive efficiency, especially in the red zone, is now priority one for the Longhorns. The defense proved it can compete at the highest level, but can't carry the team alone. Special teams, led by punter Jack Bowmeister, were a bright spot in the field position battle. Arch Manning's baptism by fire will accelerate his development for the SEC gauntlet ahead. Texas's championship hopes remain alive, but the margin for error is gone. The journey is just beginning. How Texas responds to this early test will define their season.